What's going on YouTube? It's Brayzon back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Madden 20 video for you guys here today. I'm going to be going over what is the best spend of your Blitz bolts to get the most master tickets so that you can complete Lamar Jackson or CJ2K as fast as possible. So try to stick with me, guys. If you need help, let me know in the comments below after this, and I'll try to, maybe lay the math out a little bit easier. I'm going to go over the math and how it goes. But basically, I'm going to try to do it slowly and methodically, but hopefully I can explain it enough. A lot of them are the same. So, for instance, all of the 87 players are going to be the same. So, really, whichever 87 you're going to want is probably the one that you think is going to sell for most. Or, whatever player you're going to buy, whether it's a 90, a 87, whichever one you decide to go with. But you're going to want to go with the least amount of tickets, in my opinion. So, what I did is I did how many bolts it takes to get one ticket. That's the way I did it. It just seemed easiest in my head. Like I said, this is just my personal preference of what seemed easiest to count by 100 bolts. What would be the easiest, tickets basically. What would be the cheapest tickets that way, or cheapest, you guys get what I mean. I'm going to end up confusing myself more if I, don't just talk about it. So first off, starting with the 87 overalls, we know that we get 1,200 bolts to buy one of these guys, and there's 6 master tickets. So that will be 200 bolts per ticket. So every time you spend 1,200, basically every time you're spending 200 bolts through this player, you would get one ticket. So the reason I'm doing this is trying to figure out how many, you need 125 tickets. So what's the best way to do that is what I'm trying to figure out. So right here, if we go to a 90, 3,100 bolts is 17 master tickets, so that comes out to 182 bolts per ticket. So it does come in cheaper than the Winovich, which you can kind of tell because 17 is more than half of 31 and 6 is exactly half. So you can kind of tell that if it's more than half, it's going to be less bolts. You're going to get more master tickets for the bolts that you are spending. So that does come out to 182. And I'm probably going to type these out, honestly, the calculations, and put them in the description now that I think about it. So definitely, if you're having problems, check in there. That's probably going to make the most sense. So just be ready for that. I'll have that down below, but I'm going to continue to go over them as well. So next up after 87 and 90s is they're going to move to the 88s and 91s. So for the 88th, it's going to be 212 bolts per ticket. So Matt Breida at that 88 would give you 212 bolts per ticket. So he would give you 8 tickets, but it would not be cheapest. As of right now, the 90 would be cheaper. For the 91, it is going to cost you 186 bolts per ticket. So the thing about the 91s is they also are going to give you more coins as well. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when comparing them. 90 is obviously going to give you a lot less coins than a 91, and so on and so forth. The 92 will give you more coins. So even though the bolts might be a little bit cheaper for maybe a 91, it might make more sense to go, for a 90, it might make more sense to go with the 91 if you're going to get a little bit more coins. Definitely would check the prices on these players, but since they're limited time players, they probably will go for a decent amount, in my opinion. So moving on to the next batch, which is going to be the 89s and the 92s. So the 89s are going to go for 209 bolts each per ticket. And then the 92s, which are the highest level, they go for 181 bolts per ticket. So 6,000 bolts will get you one of these players, and that will get you 33 master tickets at 181 bolts per ticket, basically. So we also have the Blitz bolts packs, guys. So I'm just going to go over some of these really quickly. But I will tell you guys, the 90 overall players are definitely the best, the 90, 91s, and 92s. So I'm just going to go over these very quickly. So for the legend packs, I'm not doing these first two because unfortunately, guys, by the time I even post this video, clutch packs are basically ending, and superstar packs are going to be on for a little bit, but a lot of you guys might not, be paying attention or whatever. You guys might not be on or see this video till tomorrow, and then you might miss it already, so I'm just not going to do the calculations. And honestly, this one's one ticket for 200, so that's 200 bolts per ticket. right here, 7 master tickets for 1,500 bolts. For the Legend Fantasy Pack, it comes out to 214 bolts per ticket, but you do get that Legend Fantasy Pack. So keep that in mind when you guys are doing the calculations. Me personally, I'm doing calculations for what's going to get me the actual, what's it called? This is just the calculations of what's going to get me the master fastest because I want that Lamar Jackson. But, you know, this Legends Fantasy Pack right here might be a better way to do it if you're trying to maybe get some coins out of there and try to pull a full legend or something like that. So the veterans, 6 master tickets for 1,500 is going to go for 250, so that's going to be a lot more expensive. The elite player pack is 4 master tickets for 900, which comes out to 225. And then a lot of these are the same as well, guys. So like 87 to 88 overall pack is the same as the Legends Fantasy Pack. So I will do, you know, the calculations and just put 1,500 bolts, you know, for 7 master tickets equals 214 bolts per ticket or whatever in the description. So you guys can just kind of use that and go on to the other ones. Right here, 2 for 500. You could obviously tell if you did the math, 500 divided by 2 would be 250 bolts per ticket. And then right here, Metropolis, 400 divided by 2 would be 200 per ticket. And that's basically how you do it, is just take the bolts, divide it by the amount of tickets you're getting, and that's pretty much it. So right here, 700 divided by 3 comes out to 233. So it is a little bit more expensive. And then the heavyweight comes in over here. It is one of the more expensive packs, but you do get more. So for 2,400, you do get 11 master tickets, but it does cost you 218 bolts. So like I said, guys, if you're just, you know, a little confused, but you want to know what's the cheapest overall to do is going to be the 92. So that is Dalvin Cook, Justin Reed, and Lane Johnson. Those 3 are going to be the cheapest at 181 bolts per ticket. And the reason this is important is you might not have, you know, the most bolts. You might barely make it in this promo if you do play all weekend. So you're definitely going to want to do it the cheapest way, unless you just want to go for packs, guys. If you don't care about, you know, trying to get the person, I'm going to see when these promo drop at 8 p.m. pretty soon. I'm going to see how many, you know, bolts and things like that I can actually earn. If I can't earn that many, I'm just going to go with the packs. If it seems like you're going to have to actually buy bundles to go ahead and complete it, but hopefully that's not the case. If you do play every single solo, every single 8 hours and everything like that, and get as many bolts as possible. But like I said, we will have to wait and see. So coming up next at number 2, for 92 is the best, 90 is the second best guy. So Kyler Murray, Callahan, and Mark Andrews. And then third best is Allen, Jalen Smith, and then is that the only 2? And Robbie Anderson. So those 3 are the best per your, what's it called? Per your bolts. So if we do this in the calculator and you need 125 of those tickets at 181, if you do 125 of those at 181 each, you're going to need 22,625 bolts doing that to go ahead and get yourself a really good player. So that will be almost 4 of these players. So you would need about 3 of these Dalvin Cooks and then about 4,000 more to spend on something else or something like that. So just keep that in mind, guys. This is just a little guide. Like I said, I'm going to put it in the notes. So hopefully you guys can just, you know, follow along as the promo goes. But definitely I would just advise trying to do as much as possible off the rip, doing as much as you can to try to grind these out, whether it be the solos or the head-to-heads or whatever, and then see how many bolts you kind of get like in a day. And you know, if you realize in a day you only have 4,000 bolts and there's not too much new stuff coming out or no new rewards you're gonna be able to get, you might as well just start buying packs if you're not going to hit that, because you might want to get the packs that you want. But that being said, guys, hopefully this helps. Like I said, I'm going to put it down in the description, all the math. So hopefully that helps you guys out by itself. If not, also comment. I will try to answer those to my best of my ability. I know everyone's minds work different, so unfortunately, my math might just work a little bit different than the way the math works in your head, even though we're both trying to get to the same point. So that being said, guys, leave a like on the video if it does help you out. Check that description. Leave a comment if you do have questions. Subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you guys can see more Blitz videos I post over the weekend and all of my Madden videos that I post. And as always, guys, I will see you next time.